Will the Snyder Cut live up to the hype? Did McDonald's really make their own version of the famous chicken sandwich? And have I done anything else besides playing the PS5 all week? Well, I talk about all that and more on this episode of the Toddcast. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Toddcast. As always, I'm your host, Todd McManus, and it has been a weird week. Let me just tell you that. Excuse me. It has been a very strange and weird week this past week for me. I'll go ahead and say that this past week I was sick. Like, bad. Like, it was, God, I was hurting and it was pretty bad. I'll just go ahead and say that I'm not doing a drink review this episode. It is a food review, and I will review the food at the end of the episode. I've already eaten the food, so that way you don't have to hear me smacking or chewing or anything. And I've already eaten it. I literally got done eating it right before this. I ate it, or I went and got it. I ate it, and now I got done eating it, and I just started and hit record. So here I am. But I will review the food and give my official score of it later, and you'll have to stay tuned to find out what the food was and what my score officially is. So, I was sick this past week. So last week, which the whole 2 weeks have been weird, because last Saturday I got the PS5. As if you listened last week with me and Jaron, I ordered it on Thursday of last week and received it in the mail on Saturday. Since I was a PlayStation Plus member, I got express shipping, which is 1 to 2 day shipping, and it literally came in 2 days later. Not even a total of 48 hours. Like, literally, I ordered it, and 48 hours to the dot of that time on Saturday, 48 hours later. 2 days later, I was playing God of War in my room on the PS5. And playing on a little monitor here. And I'm actually, the PS5 is currently in front of me right now because I am in my room. And I really like the controllers. I really like it. The feel of it is very well. The PS5 runs very well. It's connected to the Wi-Fi internet, which is not the best, but it works, I've played God of War. I've played a game called No Man's Sky with a good friend of mine, and we've been loving that game. That game is very addicting, and we'll be playing more and more of that in the future, of course. But I like it, I'm getting used to it, It's like, it hasn't hit me really yet that it's like, I have a PS5, Like, I've been searching for these for the past 4 months, and now I officially have one, and it's like, it's felt like I've already had it because of the hype that not only myself, but the entire world is built around this. So, but I'm glad I have it, finally, and I shout out PS5 and Stocks Alert on Twitter. They're really good. I followed them, and I even tweeted at them and was like, and thanking them for what they did, because if it wasn't them, I wouldn't have known about any kind of in-stock alerts for the PS5, and they actually do in-stock alerts sometimes for the new Xboxes too. So if you are trying to get one and you don't really know where to go, and if you have a Twitter, you should go check them out. But if you don't, you can just create a Twitter and use it for just that reason, really, and turn notifications on. That way they can send you notifications of where and when it becomes available. So, but I'm very thankful that I finally have one. And I'm glad I have one. It's very fun. I've enjoyed it. God of War is an amazing game. I haven't played that much of it. Played a couple hours into it. The story is good. It's kind of easy to follow a little, I mean, it's very confusing with all the stuff going on, but if you don't start at the beginning, like if you start paying attention in the middle or a little after, you ain't going to know where you're at. Just straight up, you're not going to know where you're going. So, but I've enjoyed it. It's very good. And I like the PS5. I love it. It's really good. And hopefully, and I will tell y'all more about it in the future, of course, whenever more stuff happens. So, there you go. So that was last Saturday I got the PS5 in. I played it for a little while. Then that night, I went with two of my friends to a Mexican restaurant, and it was some pretty good food. And then we hung out a little bit, and then left. I come back home. I didn't go anywhere on Sunday. And Monday is when it all started. Everything went downhill. And I ain't talking like a slope downhill. I'm talking like straight up off of a cliff. Like, so, I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell y'all. So, Sunday night, I fell asleep around 12:30 or 1 midnight time, a.m. Fell asleep around there. I woke up at 4 o'clock Monday morning. My stomach was hurting. And I went to the bathroom. And it was bad. Like, I won't go into great detail, of course, because one, it's personal, and two, there's probably a lot of you probably don't want to hear about any of that. But you can probably guess what happened. I'll just go ahead and tell you, I don't have it anymore, I don't think. I had the stomach virus. I did not have COVID, just to go ahead and say that. I did not have any kind of COVID. I didn't have the flu. Didn't have anything like that. I had the stomach bug. And God almighty, it's ruthless. Like, I can't. And the thing was, like, I had it. Woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And just vomiting everywhere. Just in the bathroom, And I was like that for the rest of the day. Like, I went to the doctor on Monday. Like, I couldn't drive. I could barely walk. Like, because I was so sore and I was just out of it, I had nothing in me anymore. I was hurting all over. And that's what it was, that I had the stomach virus. And I went to the doctor, good old Dr. Abraham, who you may know is a former guest. He was on an episode last year in 2020. I went to see him. He's my doctor. And I went to see him, and they did a COVID test on me. That was my first ever COVID test. I've never had a COVID test done before, because I told y'all last week I got my first COVID shot last week. And I got to get my second one on April the 8th in a couple more weeks. But that was my first COVID test, and God, they tickled my brain with that big old Q-tip. Like, if you've had a COVID test, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And they came back in like 10 minutes or whatever, so it's real fast. And it came back negative, so I did not have COVID, because he said it could have been some weird strain of COVID or something other, But it wasn't. I did not have COVID, which was good. They did blood work on me, and I freaking passed out from getting blood drawn. And, like, I think I've had blood drawn before years ago, but I've never passed out from any kind of needle. Like, I'm not afraid of needles. I get allergy shots every 3 weeks, to tell y'all, so it's like, I'm always getting shots, so it's like, I'm used to it, it's like, I'm not afraid of needles. I'm not afraid of seeing my own blood, but I don't know what happened to me. It's because I was so weak was the thing. I had nothing in me. I was out of it. I was pale. Like, I was just so weak, So I passed out, but then I got all right. My mom was there, because she had to take me there, because I couldn't even imagine trying to drive, because I was just hurting too bad. They did the blood work, and they didn't tell me, and then they told me, like, later on in that day, after I already got home, they called and said that it was the stomach virus, because they want to make sure, because I thought it was food poisoning, because it was weird. But the thing was, we ate Saturday night at that restaurant, and then I didn't go anywhere on Sunday. Like, I literally was in my room almost all day. like literally almost every hour of Sunday I was in my room. And so I got home from the doctor on Monday, slept, tried to sleep. Like, I was at that point where I was hurting too much. I couldn't sleep. My head was hurting. I had a headache. I couldn't drink anything. I was drinking water and Sprite, but nothing stayed down, like, and I'm sorry if this is too much for y'all, but this is just what's been happening with me. Since you've been listening for a while, listeners, y'all are close with me, so y'all know what I'm gonna be going through and all that kind of stuff. Then Monday night, like, I couldn't keep anything down until that evening. After they gave me some meds, like, I needed some drugs. Like, they had to give me some stuff so I could be able to keep drinks down. And so I was able to drink water and Sprite. I know Gatorade and Powerade is supposed to be good for you, but I just don't like it. Like, I'll be straight up, I just don't like Gatorade or Powerade. I've tried different flavors of both, but I just don't like it. I don't like the taste. And at that point I could have probably, but we don't have any. Like, we don't drink it regularly in my house. And Monday night, I ended up having to go to the hospital at 9 p.m., but it wasn't that bad. I had to go get fluids because both me and my mom were thinking that I was going to get dehydrated. And that's the first time I've ever done that. Like, I think I've only gotten fluids once, but it was because I was in a surgery. I think it was when I got my wisdom teeth out. Because that's the only surgery I've been put out for, where they actually, like, knock you out. Yeah, because I haven't had any other, like, major surgery in my life or anything else, really. Any other surgery or procedure they've done is where they just deaden it, and I'm still awake the entire time, But, I had to go get fluids in my arm. I have a bruise where they took the blood work, but they took the blood work, and they put the IV all in my right arm and the same arm. 2 different times, of course. They did blood work early on Monday, and then they did the IV at 9 o'clock that night. I have a bruise from the blood work, but I don't have a bruise from the IV. And that, I felt great. Like, good Lord. Like, if you're ever sick and you're going to get dehydrated, or you are already about to be dehydrated, and you should definitely get fluids from the hospital. IV fluids is like a miracle, because I felt amazing when I got home. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel great, because I could feel it going into my body whenever they put the needle in, and it was already shooting into me, and it was dripping fast. Like, I was there for about an hour. Like, me and my mom were there because she had to drive me because I couldn't drive, and I felt great after that. And that was all in one day. Like, I literally fell asleep close to midnight that night. I was up for about 20 hours total, because I woke up at 4 a.m. about 21, close to, because I fell asleep at like 1 a.m., woke up at 4 a.m., and that's when all that started, and then didn't go to sleep until almost midnight that night, and I slept for like 7-8 hours. And Tuesday I didn't go anywhere. Today was literally the first day I've driven since last Saturday, and I'm recording this on Friday, the day before it releases. Like, this comes out tomorrow, and this is the first day I've driven in 6 days, and the first time I've ever been out of the house in a vehicle in like 4 days. So it's like, I've been in the house a lot. Didn't play PS5 or anything really that much, because I just couldn't get up out of the bed, and I didn't feel like it. My head was hurting a lot. I think that was because I didn't have any caffeine. Like, I don't drink coffee, but I drink a lot of Diet Coke, and Diet Coke has caffeine in it. And Sunday was the last day I had one, and was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday was the first day I had a Diet Coke since Sunday. And I think and then I've like, right now, I've had a full lunch. I ate like 1.5 sandwiches. I still got fries, and I drank a whole cup of Diet Coke, and I went and poured another can in the cup with ice in it, and it's like, I feel great. Like, I'm still sore. Like, I'm still sore from all of that happened on last Monday. Like, I said this the other day, that after everything that happened, everything from my jawline all the way to my waist hurts. Because I'm sore from everything that happened. And, of course, my throat being impacted because of that. And, like, it hurt my stomach, like my lungs, just everything in my midsection area was just hurting. And it was terrible. Like, I never had a fever, though, which was weird, because you always say, like, oh, you have a fever is when you're contagious, you know. But I never had a fever. I just felt terrible the entire time, and I couldn't do anything about it. Like, I laid up in bed and watched TV for, like, 2 days straight, and then finally was able to get up to come over to my desk and do some homework online, because the second 8 weeks started last Monday, and I had 2 classes that started. So it was like 2 classes started on the day that I got sick. And it was like, yeah, I have the stomach virus, but I'm also, and I'm sick, so I can't go to class, but I already don't go to class. I have online classes. So it's like, I don't know how lenient online teachers can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you're home, you're like, oh, I'm sick, I can't do the work. But then the teachers are going to be like, well, you're already at home. You know? It's like, don't go anywhere to get people sick. But the weird thing was, the 2 friends that I went with, they got sick. And one of my friends, the unnamed friend, he thinks that he got it from somebody else in like a study group. And so that's why, because that person that he thinks he got it from, they got sick as well. So it's like, they contaminated him, and then he contaminated me and my other friend. And then now, we're all recovering. We're all back to like, I think I'm back to like 90 to 95% back to normalcy, really. Like, it's just the soreness, and every so often I just feel so tired. You know, it's just like, oh, it's like I haven't caught up on sleep, even though I've slept like anywhere from 7 to 9 hours at night, you know, because I fall asleep around 11:30, 12 or so, midnight, and I wake up at like 8 or 9, so it's like, but I lay in the bed for a little while, but, so yeah, my week's been pretty weird. So, but yeah, I'm doing fine now, doing better. I'm not eating as much as I used to, because, God, I couldn't do it. I can't do that. Like, I can't get my big meals from Waffle House like I normally would, right now anyway, because I couldn't eat that much right now. But I'm doing good, doing a lot better, and hopefully nobody gets this. I do know somebody else, a friend of mine, who got it, who had no physical contact with me or any of the other 2 friends that I was hanging out with, and somehow they got it. And I was like, what? So it's like, it's going around. It's that time. And Dr. Abraham said the stomach virus outbreaks or whatever, you know, usually happens around Easter and Thanksgiving. So, so all of you out there, make sure you wash your hands. Of course, wear your mask. If you're in 6 feet with someone, try to stay distance, even not just because of COVID, just stay distance, because of any other sickness, you know, because you can get the flu literally any time of year. I got the flu in the summer once, I think. You can get stomach virus anytime, and it's like, God, like it'll get you out of nowhere like it did me. But he said I've built up some antibodies to be able to fight back against it now, so bring it on. No, please don't bring it on. I don't want any more. I waved my white flag, and it left. So, I'm good now, and yeah. But in entertainment news, not much has happened this week. Some big stuff has happened, but like big few things. You know what I'm saying? Falcon and Winter Soldier has officially premiered today, as of this recording, on Friday, which is yesterday, if you're listening to this as soon as it comes out. On Friday, March the 19th is the first episode was released on Disney Plus, the MCU show Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I actually have a TV right behind me of where I watch streaming services and YouTube and normal DirecTV television. I'm literally 5 minutes in. Like, I can push the button here. I'm literally 4 minutes and 56 seconds in. And I got 45 minutes left. So it's about a 50-minute episode. But if it's like WandaVision, half of that is credits. Like, that's the only complaint I have with WandaVision, is that it's say like, ooh, this episode's 50 minutes long, but it's actually like 40 because the credits are so dang long, because they take forever, you know? Because it's like they're showing one name at a time for the main people, but it feels like they're showing one name at a time for all the camera people, like all the technicians and all that, you know? So it has premiered. I'm not going to say anything, of course, because, I mean, I've only watched 5 minutes. So it's like, it's not, I mean, the Falcon and Winter Soldier's in it. That's it. Like, that's no spoilers. Everybody already knew that. Like, so, not really much to say on it. I'm not going to comment on it. Of course, I'll probably give my official review once this season is over, which will be, I don't know how many episodes. I think I said it was 6. It's either 6 or 8 episodes. Around there. Around that number. So, in the next 2 months or so, I'll give my official review of the Falcon and Winter Soldier after this season is over. But that is from a long time from now. So, it has started. Hopefully you have, if you have Disney Plus, you should check it out. Last week, me and Jaren both gave our official review of WandaVision, which was a great show. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it. And yeah, so Falcon and Winter Soldier, whenever this recording is done, I'm going to finish watching the first episode. And I might talk about it next week a little bit. But there's a new episode, or in 2 weeks actually. But there's a new episode coming out every Friday for the next couple of weeks of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And that's very exciting because they said, as of now, there is an MCU project coming out every week for the rest of the year, with like a new episode of the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and then Loki, Black Widow movie, and Eternals, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man No Way Home, and then the other shows that will be happening this year as well. So, very excited to see what happens for the rest of this year. Very excited to see what they do in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The first 5 minutes, I mean, it was okay. Because, I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like, I mean, I know what's going on, but it's like they're introducing a new story, you know, to tie it in. So, yeah. So, as we all know, and I know every one of you have been excited for this, that this past Thursday, yes, yesterday, as of this recording, on Thursday, March 18th, the Snyder Cut of the Justice League was released on HBO Max. And yes, it was a 4-hour movie in 6 parts, but one 4-hour movie. And yes, I watched it all in one sitting. I watched it starting from 11:30 to about 3:30. And good God. Like, I think I paused it like twice because I had to pee. But yeah, I enjoy. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I mean, it's basically the same story as the original 2017 Justice League that sucked, you know. But this one, if I had to like sum it up, basically, for somebody who has seen that original Justice League movie, and if you want to watch this movie, Zack Snyder's Justice League is like the 2017 Justice League movie, but better and a whole lot more added to it. So therefore making it a longer movie. Because the Justice League movie from back then is a little over 2 hours, I think. And this one is 4 hours. And it's rated R because there's some language and mainly violence, I think. Because you actually see blood and all that. And that's what makes it more of a rated R movie. Yeah, I thought it was good. Superman was awesome. Batman's awesome. They're all awesome. Cyborg was amazing in this movie as well. And Flash was good. Wonder Woman was good. Aquaman, he was pretty good too. And a lot of stuff happens. It's similar to that original movie, like I said, but I think if you have seen the original Justice League, you gotta watch this. But if you haven't seen the original Justice League, you should watch this, and then maybe you could watch the original. Like, I don't think anybody should watch the original Justice League movie from 2017, but I don't know. Because, I mean, it's still there. Like, it was made. Like, it's still a thing. But I don't know if you should watch it first before the Snyder Cut. Maybe. Maybe you should. Like, if you were going to watch them, if you wanted to watch both of them, you should watch the original one first and then watch the Snyder Cut afterwards. Because, I mean, if you watch them in the same day, that's taking up the whole day. Because that's like around 6.5 to 7 hours total. Because that movie's like 2.5 hours, and then Snyder Cut is 4 hours. So, but it leaves more to be said. I really hope Zack Snyder makes more, or makes a sequel or something other, you know, because there's more story to tell after what happened in this movie, of Zack Snyder's original vision of what he wants the DC universe to be. But he did very well. He's a very good director. Like, he's up there in my ranks of good directors. Like, he's up there, like, he's getting close to, like, Spielberg and Scorsese type directors, you know, like, and also Quentin Tarantino as well. But Zack Snyder, you did very well. I know you're listening out there to this, and you did very well. Like, kudos to you, Zach. You did awesome with this version, your version. This is what I should call the OG version of Justice League. So, like, good job, Zach. So, I thought it was very good. Like I said, I watched it. I won't talk spoilers or anything. It's just very similar to the 2017 Justice League movie. And if you have seen that movie, you should definitely watch this movie if you have HBO Max, of course. And like I said, it's 1 4-hour movie, but it is in 6 parts in the movie. So it's like you can pause it or whatever whenever it says part 2 or part 3 or something like that. You know, that way you can be like, okay, I'm going to go do something else, or I'll finish watching it tomorrow or something other. But I wanted to watch it all in one sitting. That way I could soak it all in, you know. So, very good. I recommend it to anybody, of course. This is what the Justice League movie should be, because it was very well done. The story was good. It all made sense. It had great continuity, which is the thing, because I think the 2017 Justice League movie missed continuity, meaning like something happened and then something else happened, but then they weren't related. Like, they just happened for no reason. But in this movie, they were like, okay, this guy showed up, he has a reason, now they're doing this, and then now here's this big fight scene. So it's like, that's what I love. And the fight scenes were pretty good. The CGI was amazing. And it was just overall better than the 2017 Justice League movie. You didn't have any Superman lip CGI in this movie either. So, praise Zack Snyder. So, real good movie. I highly recommend it. So, also from HBO Max, as some more news. On March 31st, in a week and a half from now, March 31st is a Wednesday, the last day of March, is Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla vs. King Kong on HBO Max. It is one of HBO Max's movie and theater releases. Like, the Snyder Cut of the Justice League is only on HBO Max and nowhere else. But Godzilla vs. Kong is on HBO Max for 1 month and also released in theaters. So if you want to go to a theater and be safe, of course, you can, and you'll be able to see Godzilla vs. Kong, or you can have HBO Max and you'll be able to watch it for 1 month until April 31st. Or May 1st, I guess, because there is no April 31st. So, 1 month from March 31st, and then Godzilla vs. Kong will be taken off HBO Max and only available in theaters. until its theatrical run is done. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll watch it whenever it comes out on HBO Max, of course, and I'll talk about it that week, probably after it comes out. That's about it. I don't really know. I know it's Godzilla versus Kong, and that's about it. But I'm gonna like it, I think, because I watched the first Godzilla movie from like 2016 or whatever. The newest one. I haven't seen the second Godzilla movie. I saw Kong Skull Island, and I liked that movie. So yeah, I'm gonna like this movie just because it's gonna be Godzilla versus Kong. Like, this is a movie a lot of people have been wanting to see for a long time, and King Kong, he's freaking huge. Like the Kong movie I always think of was like 10 or more years ago, whenever it was made, and he was in New York, and he climbed the Empire State Building, and he carried that woman with him, That King Kong is a lot smaller than this one. Like, this one has grown and is able to stand up and fight with Godzilla. And Godzilla's freaking huge. Like, I don't know. It's going to be something, and some other characters from the Godzilla lore is going to show up. So, I'm excited for it, and I'll watch it, and then I'll tell y'all if y'all should watch it or not after it comes out. So, HBO Max, Godzilla vs. Kong, March 31st. HBO Max for 1 month, and in theaters on March 31st. Also, for HBO Max, they have a DC show called Titans, which you may have heard of, is a live-action Titans show series. It's rated R. It was available on the DC Universe streaming service, but is now only available on HBO Max. Season 3 has been announced officially to release on July 15th. So if you have HBO Max and you are interested in any more DC content, you should definitely watch HBO Max's DC availability of content they have, because they have a lot of animated stuff, which is really good. And then Titans, I watched season 1 and 2 of it, and I thought it was very well done. The story's good. There's a lot of funny moments, and I just thought it was very good, And so, this new season comes out on July 15th, and that's about it. That's really all I know about it. Is that I've been waiting on more shows that I watch to finally come out, because it feels like all the shows that I watch come out around the same time, but then therefore they're all worked on the same time. So it's like show, and watch them all. And then it's like, oh man, I gotta wait for season 4 of this, and season 2 of this, and season 6 of this, and it's like, what the crap, But like with Disney Plus, they're dragging the Marvel shows out, as in they're doing it normally, from what I consider back in the day television, of weekly episode releases, instead of like Netflix or Amazon Prime, where they release a whole season in one day, except for The Boys. Amazon Prime, what they did for The Boys was they released, I think, 3 episodes on the first day, so you can watch episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then they would do weekly after that with episodes 4, and then 5, and 6, and however many more. They're currently filming the next season of The Boys, which is highly anticipated, for me anyway. And then there's more like Netflix shows, and Amazon Prime has The Boys. I'm waiting on that. What else? There's some other shows I just can't remember. Netflix has some, like they're working on The Witcher. I need to watch Stranger Things. I need to watch all the seasons that's come before this, because I want to watch the new season when it comes out. Castlevania, an animated show on Netflix that I watch, is really good. So yeah. So, a lot of good shows are going to be coming soon. But like I said, Titans on HBO Max, it releases on July 15th. So if you're interested in that, if you have HBO Max now, you can go ahead and watch seasons 1 and 2 of Titans. It's a very good show. I like it. And then you can watch season 3 when it releases on July 15th. So, yeah. So, I posted on the Toddcast Instagram to ask for questions. and I have gotten a question back, so thank you for this question. And if you ever want to submit a question for me to answer to the best of my ability, you can submit your questions either every other Monday before the episode that only me comes out, releases. On Instagram, you can follow the Toddcast at _Toddcast_, only on Instagram, nowhere else. And there will be a story posted where you can ask questions, and then they will be asked here on an episode of the Toddcast. Or, if you want, if you're listening on this on YouTube, or if you just want to go to YouTube and do this instead, you can do this any day of the week, anytime you want. Post down below in the comments what questions you would want me to answer on an episode. So, on this episode, down in the comments below, I want you to comment a question that you would like to ask me for maybe 2 weeks from now. And I will look at the comments and go ahead and thank you for these questions that you may want to post down below. Don't hesitate. It can be a good question, bad question. Any question will be accepted. 90% of questions will be accepted. I'll say 95%, okay? There's a strong 5% of questions that I will not be asked about. Just go ahead and say that. I won't answer every question, but I'll answer almost every question. So, there you go. So, if you have any questions, just go ahead and post them down below in the comments below on the YouTube channel. You can go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on a podcast provider, in the description below, there should be a link to my YouTube channel that you can click on or tap on, and it'll take you directly to YouTube, and you can go ahead and subscribe. Of course, you need a YouTube account to subscribe, so you can go ahead and subscribe, and then like and comment on this video. Comment what question you would like to ask me. So, with that being said, I have a question here, and thank you for this question, and here we go. This question says, what is your favorite donut? That's a real good question. Favorite donut? I've eaten a lot of donuts in my day. I mean, I say that like I'm old, and I'm only like 21 years old. Favorite donut? I don't think I've had any kind of weird donuts. Like I've heard of a maple bacon donut before, and I would try that maybe. You know, I mean, you can't go wrong with a good old original glazed. I've had one with like icing on it, and I've had one of those. What's the weird ones? It's got the ridges on it, like a cake donut. You know, those things are good. Like, it looks weird. Like, for some reason, I want to describe it as a donut, but inside out. Like, you kind of understand what I'm saying, right? Like, it's weird. Those cake donuts that people do sometimes. It's got the ridges on the side sometimes, and the hole is in the middle is weird, you know, whatever, but like, if I had to choose one that I could eat just like as the only donut I could eat for the rest of my life, like whenever I want a donut, this is the only flavor, I'd have to go with original, because God, there's so many different original donuts from different places. Like, whenever you get original from like a local donut place, and then you get an original donut from like Krispy Kreme, it doesn't taste the same. Even though it may look kind of the same, some of them could be cooked longer, some of them could have more glaze, and I love me some glaze. And yeah, like, I just love original glazed donut. I know I'm a basic person. I love original glazed donuts and vanilla ice cream. I mean, come on now. Like, how more basic can I get? So, original glazed donut is what I'm going to have to go for, because that's just, you can't go wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? So, original glazed donut is mine. And if you have any weird donuts around your area, you know, you could suggest a place to get a donut, and who knows, I might have to review some donuts here in the future. You never know. So, thank you for that question, for making me think about donuts and getting more hungry for dessert now. And speaking of food, it is the moment you've all been waiting for. This episode, this week, I did not review drinks. I reviewed food because after what happened 2 weeks ago, I thought I should give a break to reviewing drinks of what happened 2 weeks ago. So hopefully you enjoyed that. So, on this episode, if you've seen the picture I posted on social media, I reviewed the 2 new chicken sandwiches from McDonald's. That's right. McDonald's has now entered the fray because they want to get in on this chicken sandwich hype that Popeyes built around them. Of course, everybody loves and knows the Popeyes chicken sandwich. The Popeyes chicken sandwich was actually the first thing I ever reviewed. I reviewed that sandwich on episode 1. And here we are on episode 63 with me reviewing McDonald's version of the chicken sandwich. Now, of course, I reviewed both. They have 3 versions. They have a crispy chicken sandwich, the spicy chicken sandwich, and then they have the deluxe sandwich. Now, the deluxe is just the normal, but with like lettuce and tomato. And no, I'm not going to review that because that's just the same thing as the normal. I wanted something different. So instead, I did get the normal crispy chicken sandwich and the spicy chicken sandwich. And I'll go ahead and review the normal chicken sandwich. Of course, I've already eaten the food, so you ain't got to worry about me eating any food right now. You don't have to hear me smacking or anything. The normal chicken sandwich, I thought it was good. It's not as good as Popeyes. It's not. Popeyes chicken is way better. The normal crispy chicken sandwich comes with a potato roll, which is the bun that has the butt crack down the middle of it. The chicken was very good, and it comes with pickles and not mayonnaise. It comes with butter on it. But not like a whole stick or anything. Like, it's not wet when you get it, you know. It's not moist, you know, whenever you eat the sandwich. It's just like cooked in butter or something other to make it more tasty, you know. So, I thought it was pretty good, though. So, I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of bland. Like, it's a normal sandwich. Like, I didn't get it with any pickles because I don't like pickles and I didn't want it to contaminate my score that I'm going to give it. And of course, the spicy chicken sandwich comes with pickles, and instead of butter, it's spicy pepper sauce. And I'll talk about that here in a minute. But the normal chicken sandwich, I'm going to give it a solid 74 because it's not the best chicken sandwich I ever had. I think I rated, what did I rate the Popeyes chicken sandwich? That was a long time ago. It's probably in the 80s, probably. But the Popeyes chicken sandwich is a lot better. Like the normal Popeyes chicken sandwich ranked with this normal McDonald's chicken sandwich is the Popeyes, I'll eat it more. Like, the chicken is good. The bread's coarse bread. And then the chicken is good. It's not nugget chicken or anything like that. But I thought it was, you know, I mean, if you want a good chicken sandwich to eat, and it's just be like, just to eat a chicken sandwich, you know, and you just want to go to McDonald's, you can get it, but it's just like, it's kind of, it's not a letdown, but like a little bit too. Like, it's not a full letdown. Like, I wasn't disappointed when I ate it. That's why I gave it a 74, because it's still good, and I would eat another one, probably. And I got these fries, too, that I'm eating right now, currently. And they're good. But, yeah, 74 seems like a good score to give it, because I'd eat it again. It's not bad, but it's not the best. And I'm ranking it against the Popeyes chicken sandwich. And also that donut chicken sandwich I had from KFC a while back. So, anyway. McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich. Solid 74 for that sandwich. Now, the spicy chicken sandwich, I could not eat all of it. Now, for those of you that don't know, I don't eat spicy food regularly. I don't eat habanero. I don't eat ghost pepper, Carolina Reaper, any of those like god awful hot things, you know. I don't eat jalapenos, not because I think they're hot, just because I don't think jalapenos taste good. That's my opinion, though, and you have your own opinion. If you like jalapenos, that's good for you. You can eat. I'll give you my jalapenos, and you'll have extra. But like, I don't like them. I've eaten different peppers, like bell peppers. That's what I like. Like, you cook some bell peppers and I'll eat them. You know, bell peppers and onions go great on fajitas and pepper steak from sushi restaurants. And so that's what I like. But spicy, like actual spice, I don't get spicy sauce ever. Buffalo is the only sauce that is a little hot to me, but also tastes good. I like the flavor of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't eat spicy stuff just because I want something hot. I want something spicy because I want the taste of it, you know. I want to see if it tastes good. Now, this spicy chicken sandwich, you can taste the chicken under there, under the layers of heat that burned my mouth after eating it. Like, I ate half of it, and I could not physically eat anymore because it was too hot. And that's saying something. That spicy pepper sauce has got a kick because, good Lord, like, I was burning up. Like, I was doing that whenever I was, like, over here trying to chug Diet Coke and shove fries into my mouth to get rid of the heat, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I thought it was okay. As a spicy sandwich, I thought it was good. Like, I've had the spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes twice, maybe, because I just like the normal chicken better. I'm sorry, I'm still eating some fries. But, because they're good, they're McDonald's fries. But, the spicy chicken sandwich, I'll give you a solid score of 66. It's not bad. Like, it didn't taste bad. It's too spicy for me. Like, I can scrape off some of the sauce that's on it, you know, the sauce. And I can scrape it off, and I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and have a little bit of sauce, and to have enough, flavor to eat it, you know? But I was already kind of full from the first sandwich because I ate the normal sandwich, the whole thing, and then I ate half of the spicy sandwich, and I still got a couple of fries left to eat, and I've already drank like 1.5 cups of Diet Coke. So I'm good from the sickness, if you'd be able to tell that. But yeah, spicy sandwich, I'll give you a 66 just because it's like, it's not bad. Would I eat it again? Maybe. Like, I wouldn't go there just for this sandwich. Like, if I went to McDonald's to get one thing and one thing alone, it's the chicken nuggets. Like, chicken nuggies is like my life. Like, I love those things from McDonald's. I don't go to McDonald's often anyway. Like, I went to McDonald's today for lunch just to do this. And, like, if I didn't, I might have gotten, like, Subway or something other. But I wanted to eat it. I've had that crispy chicken sandwich once before, and I was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yeah, so crispy, normal McDonald's chicken sandwich gets a solid 74, and the spicy chicken sandwich gets a 66. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. As always, please rate and subscribe. And if you're listening on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell to get notified when new videos are uploaded. And follow the Toddcast on Instagram for updates and to see pictures of food or drinks that I review, and to see pictures of the guests as well. And you can get notifications of when I post things. That way you'll know who is on or what I am reviewing. Make sure you follow at the _Toddcast _. That's THE _TODDCAST _ only on Instagram. And make sure you tell your friends and your family to give it a listen. Tell anybody you want to. And thank all of you once again for listening to this episode. And if you want to know what's going to happen next week, well, I guess you're going to have to tune in to find out. Only on the Toddcast.